Welcome to Seek the Edge podcast with me, Kelsey Lensman, where our mission, our goal here is to challenge you outside of your comfort zone, for you to seek the edge of your potential, to truly tap into the God-given potential that is within every single one of us, and especially you listening. So I'm going to give you the tools and challenges sometimes to get past ourselves to really tap into our capability. And this topic today is so fitting because last night, it's God's work in this timing, because last night I went to a Run with Christ worship night at my church, which was deeply impactful to me. And it was a packed church, 1,200 plus people, all ages, all backgrounds. There was more music, worshiping, and then also the founder shared his story and just a really good word. And what has been so beautiful to see, what's not only been happening in Columbus, but especially what has happened with this run club, is it's less than 6 months old. I think he started in September of 2024, and it has grown into 300 to 400 run club members every single Saturday morning. A bunch of also college students, who wakes up at 7 a.m. to get to run club at 8 a.m. And then it also expanded to 27 cities across the country. It is so incredibly apparent that God has his hand placed on that run club and what they're doing through the fitness. And this is kind of a side tangent, is I also think that that's incredibly important to me, is fitness. When you pursue fitness, you also realize it's something so much greater. And so yes, pursue fitness. Yes, fuel your body well. Yes, push your limits. And you also see what's been inside of you, in my opinion, because it's my faith. Not that you need to, agree with me on that, but it's that God-given potential. It's what's been within you that you don't realize sometimes, and it can be incredibly impactful. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because the founder, Will, shared his story and his testimony last night. He was a high-level athlete. His identity was being an athlete. And he kept trying to achieve, right? Get to this goal, go perform the best at this place, and get into this call. He just kept achieving. And what he realized is that goalpost kept moving further. Yes, he would do the thing, but there was a little bit the sense of lack of fulfillment. He thought when I would get there, then all these things would happen. But that wasn't always the case. And I relate that to my story, which I'll share a story later, and also our podcast topic today. Because I personally, and I know many of you too, have said or thought this: when I get ... then I'll be happy. Or when I get the body of my dreams, when I get the six-pack, then I'll be fully confident. When it becomes a when I get, then I will be ... game, is that goalpost just keeps on moving. It's almost like I'm chasing a moving target. Is, well, let me get this, and then I'll feel those things. And I want to be first very clear as I lean into this message. I'm still a firm believer in goal setting. I'm still a firm believer in doing the work and pursuing the goals. I'm still a firm believer in achievement and fulfillment. This does not mean stop setting goals. This does not mean to drift off into the sunset and kumbaya your way off into, euphoria. Still set goals, still do the thing. But I also want to bring awareness to where a lot of people go wrong, especially in the fitness space, is that once they think they get there, wherever there is for them, that they will feel all these things: confidence, happiness, joy, fulfillment, contentment, or feel like they belong. And what they don't realize is that the body, the X amount of goal that they want to lift at the meet, that there is simply first a launching point for their next arena that they're going to step into. And number two, that it's about building who they are in the process to get to that goal, not just once I get to that goal. My junior year, I really wanted to improve my body composition. I wanted to change my physique. I wanted to see definition in the mirror. And that's what got me into the fitness world initially, besides being an athlete. But I really wanted to improve my physique. And I'll be very transparent about that. So I started strength training and learning about macros, and even hired a coach. And through that process, I decided to do a bodybuilding show. I was incredibly nervous. I had no clue if I could do it, but I pursued it anyway. And I wasn't aware of this at the time, but now that I reflect back, I'm like, oh, that was a thought in your brain. Is I kept thinking, once I get the body of my dreams, once I get the six-pack, then I'll be 100% confident and have no doubts or fears or hesitations. Then I'll feel this on top of the world feeling. I kept looking for it there. And as I kept on the process of there, I ended up doing my bodybuilding shows in honestly a body I never thought that I could get. I never thought I could achieve a six-pack. I had a six-pack. Like I had those physical attributes, the outcome that I thought once I get there, poof, like rainbows and sunshine are going to come. And I know that might sound over-exaggerating, but if I'm honest with myself, and if honestly you're honest with yourself too, it can feel like that sometimes of, there's still going to be some adversity and some challenges. And like you realistically and consciously know it's not going to be this, okay, I'm going to ride off in the sunset moment, but it can still feel like that in the pursuit, or we can still put off those emotions in the pursuit of that goal. And did I gain more confidence in some areas? For sure. And I'll share about that later. But what I realized, and I realized this my first show, there were still areas of my body that I nitpicked. There were still doubts that I had. There were still fears that came up. There were still challenges that I had to persist through. It wasn't this, okay, you have a six-pack, boom, everything else just vanished away. And like I said, if I'm being very honest, I did build a lot of unshakable confidence and had that feeling of confidence that I never quite felt before, like deeply internally. But it had nothing to do with the outcome of the body. It had everything to do with the process that it took to get there. I had to keep promises to myself to a whole nother level that the Kelsey before would have compromised on. And the work that I put in every single day and the work ethic, I was truly proud of that. And I grew the person internally as I built the body externally. And also a lot of people helped me, and it wasn't I got myself to this place moment. Like there's so many people that came alongside me to help me, and I'm so grateful for. And now that I reflect back on it too, it was very much like God was working on my heart as I was working on my body. And the faith part and the fitness really lined up for me too. But that confidence ultimately came from the process that I endured, not the outcome that I gained. But what the main point of that story is that I had the body, the stage, the six-pack. Like that end goal for me, that there was actually just a launching pad for the next goal or next arena that I stepped into. Is that next arena for me that I had to endure the nudge, the fear zone, the self-belief gap, the action, the environment, like everything that we've talked about over the course of this last month and a half. Like it was that launching point for me then starting a business and me then stepping into that next arena. And that the there was just another starting point. So yes, set goals and relentlessly pursue them. And know that as much as achieving that goal is amazing, and I can say that with like full confidence there, it's also about who you become in the process. Set the goal, do the work, and also keep focused on your process. Keep focused on building who you can become to achieve that goal. And the beautiful thing is that the growth really never stops. And that's a beautiful thing, and sometimes a hard thing for people to really conceptualize. Is they think, okay, once I'm going to get there, then I can just kick back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Like, all right, I'm done putting in the work. And like I said, it's a beautiful thing because there's new arenas. And also sometimes it can be a challenging thing for people to really conceptualize of, oh, wait, you mean once I get there, like I get to continually keep putting in the work. I get to continually keep reaching new levels. I get to continually like keep expanding who I am. And I'm going to say, yeah, like that's exactly it. It's not, hey, once I get this body composition, I can just stop working out and stop fueling my body well. It's no, I'm going to keep doing the things that got me here. And also what's going to get me here isn't going to get me there. And so when we can shift our mind to see that, okay, growth never stops, what we realize is we get to lean into the process more. We get to really lean into the lessons more. And you should take a moment to be grateful and proud for what you've done and who you are and who you're becoming, and give yourself and give the people around you and give God that credit. Like truly take a moment to be grateful and proud of that. But it's also that believing that this goal, this dream, this desire is also so much bigger than you. That it's not the there. The goal is to never be there. It's about continuing to expand and to continue to become the woman that you're capable of becoming. And that every new level is a new evolution, and that this process starts all over again. And I'm going to leave you with this quote. It's a quote that I actually had. Actually, it's over here. You can't see it. It's been on my wall for a while. And this quote is by Teddy Roosevelt. And it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. But who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be marred with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. And so our goal here is to continually step in new arenas. Maybe that's for you. Go all in on your fitness journey. Have that goal, pursue that goal, and also extend your hand back and help somebody else. And that's your new arena. Your new arena is, hey, let me guide somebody else in their journey. Maybe that new arena is, hey, you know what? I'm so much better. Nutrition, fitness, like that. I got it. Beautiful. Keep pursuing that. And also maybe your next step is in relationship or starting a business or insert whatever, writing a book. I don't know what that is for you. But our goal is continually to step into that new arena, and we repeat the process. And the beautiful thing is, as you step into that new arena, there's doubts, there's fears, there's hesitations, there's things that come up. You've already been through it though. You've already overcome those doubts or fears about the thing that you accomplished. And so because of that, and because of, in my opinion, the man upstairs, that will give you confidence that if you are called to do that, that confidence is going to come from what you've already done, your history, and also what you're pursuing here. Okay, love you guys. Keep stepping new arenas, and I'll talk to you guys soon.